Welcome in on this Friday afternoon. We have finally reached the end of the week. Welcome into Gwynn and Chris, Tony Gwynn Jr., Matt Scraby. Chris Ello will hopefully join us later. We'll see.
Yeah.
Padres playing a night game.
Tune in Thursdays at 9 a.m. for 97.3 The Fan's Epic Padres Roundtable, sponsored by Epic Wings. Voted San Diego's best wings 13 years running. To order, visit epicwings.com.
It's the Good Guys 25th McGuire's Del Mar Nationals, featuring the Lowrider Palace Showcase, the all-new mini truck display, SoCal's coolest woodies, and more. All this weekend at the Del Mar Fairgrounds. Details at good-guys.com.
Why choose between getting things done and doing things with the ones you love? With Ralph's same-day pickup and delivery, it's easy to shop the same great prices and quality you'd find in store. We'll bring your groceries right to you, so you can spend time on what matters most. Ralph's, fresh for everyone.
Save $20 on your first Ralph's pickup or delivery order of $75 or more. Ralph's, fresh for everyone.
Welcome into a Tuesday afternoon on Gwynn and Chris, Tony Gwynn Jr., Chris Ello, Matt Scraby in, and today is the day. Paul Skenes will finally face off against the San Diego Padres. Let me welcome my guys in. Scraby, Chris, how are you? First, I also need to give a congratulations to the Michigan Wolverines. They completed the NCAA championship. They did kind of dominate. I mean, UConn did the best they. Do you know what it felt like? It felt a little bit like when State played UConn. You know what I'm saying? Like
they kept us at arm's length just to make us think we had a chance. But yeah, right. Similar.
That's kind of what it felt like watching that game. We'll get to that. We'll get to that in a little bit. But get your thoughts, guys. Finally, first of all, another great performance from the Padres offense yesterday. Fantastic job by Marquez. Bouncing back, and the reward is Paul Skenes in game 2.
Yeah, a couple of things are, I think you can count on. Death, taxes, and the Padres beating the Pirates. I think that's 12 out of 13. And
knock on wood.
Yeah, right. And 7 straight at PNC Park. And
Tony's even doing it.
Yeah, right. And you can also count on German Marquez beating the Pirates. He came in with a 1.89 ERA, the best of any pitcher in baseball against the Pirates, and he improved on that. So, yeah, Padres took advantage of all of those things that were kind of in their favor last night. I thought just a real quick key to the game last night, in my mind, Tony, was what happened with 2 outs. The Padres got some knocks. Castellanos drove in a run with 2 outs. Cronenworth drove in 1, and I believe Laureano's double came with 2 outs. And the Pirates had a lot of chances with 2 outs, but every single time they had something going, Marquez made a pitch. I thought the best pitch he made all night was the fastball at the knees that locked up Ryan O'Hearn with 2 guys on there in the 3rd inning. And, he just came up with some big pitches when he had to. It wasn't like he, blew them away. 5 innings, 7 base runners, but he stranded them all. And, the guys in the bullpen did a good job, got some double plays there. And, it's a nice recipe for a victory last night. And, but, having said all that, Tony, Scraby and I are both really disappointed. We really are. We did everything we could to get an all-night flight to Pittsburgh. We had it all lined up. Scraby and I were going to kidnap Paul Skenes this morning and make sure that he could never pitch against the Padres, but we failed. I think Livy Dunn foiled our attempt, and so
I think TSA foiled our attempt. It took us too long to get through.
They wouldn't let us through, but yeah. So I guess I'm assuming Paul Skenes
a little page out of Celtic Pride.
Celtic Pirate Pride. Yes, we were going to kidnap Paul Skenes so that he never got to pitch against the Padres.
That would be a comedy. Me and Chris trying to kidnap Paul Skenes.
That would be kind of comical.
But that would be a good flick to watch.
Yeah, it wouldn't even be a documentary. It would just just go right to the Comedy Hall of Fame. But, I assume he made it safely to the ballpark, Tony. So, tonight we finally got to, look, we got to see him, but he's got to see us. And, I hope Jackson Merrill is locked in a little bit tonight. It's our first chance to see the Rookie of the Year combatants finally go head-to-head. So
yeah, we've been deprived of that over the first couple of seasons. No longer is that the case. What's funny about this whole thing is they got a little practice yesterday facing Bubba Chandler.
Yeah, he throws pretty hard, right?
He's averaging at 99 miles per hour.
Wow.
Averaging.
Yeah,
so that means
crazy.
He's pretty much over that most of the time if he's averaging 99. So they got a little practice now. They haven't had a chance to see the splinker that he throws.
Which that's right.
Is the split sinker. So only two guys have seen it.
With all due respect, a split ball and a sinker do the same thing.
But
so
they extra sink.
So this is an extra splink with this one?
It is an extra. I'm glad you said that, Chris, because as I heard splinker today, I was like,
you got worried.
I was like, you know what, man? I think that's kind of the same thing. It's kind of
what happened to like a power sinker or something?
That's basically what it is. It's basically what it is. It's a power. It's a power split.
Wow.
Because it's moving kind of in that same direction, but it's at 92, 93 miles an hour.
They've invented a lot
is what Bubba Chandler's changeup was at yesterday. So
91 mile an hour changeup. I saw that, and I thought that you can't. I don't believe it's legal to even still call that a changeup.
I think that kid is going to be very good if he learns how to take a little off, because there's just not a big difference between the 100.
Right.
And every pitch that he throws that's above 91.
Yeah, the slider was coming in just enough to speed up the bat, and
right.
Some guys got to put some good swings on those. I was really impressed, with the Padres, like I said, because it was 2 outs, runners in scoring position. I mean, a combination of things we don't usually do. A, runners in scoring position, and B, 2 outs, and we did them both last night. So
if you look at our, I would bet that if you looked at most of our runs this season, they've come with 2 outs. I mean, I know the Red Sox. At the Red Sox series, there were a few of those runs came in with 2 outs.
Yeah.
I think the times we scored at home outside of the big day, I think that was with 2 outs as well. So, listen, I've said all along, I like this offense. I think it's got a chance to be pretty good. I think it's going to be a lot better than last year's offense. The last, 4 games, I think they've not even, let me backtrack that a little bit. The last, I'd say, 2.5 games, they've started to kind of show the type of offense. And it hasn't been like, a crazy 6-run inning. It's just been kind of like 2 here, couple more here. We add on down the line. And I thought yesterday was one of their better performances as a unit.
I think, sorry, Scrape's got his finger up, but his name's not on the show, so he can't say something.
Jeez, I was trying to be nice about it. My goodness.
You get your name on the show, you can just, you can just start talking. You don't even need to put your finger up if your name's on the show.
Yeah, but I'm here more than both of you, so.
No,
it's probably why you ditched us the other day to go do your own show.
Yeah, now, you think you're big time now that you've got your own thing going on.
Of course. Anything to get away from you two.
Yeah, we're happy to have you do it,
Chris.
We're happy. All. We're very content to have you gone.
You got under his skin with that one a little bit.
I was being nice. It wasn't even like I was I was like talking over him. I was actually trying to be nice.
I can't miss an opportunity, even if it's under those circumstances.
He couldn't resist himself.
I just was going to say before I interrupted Scraby that, the one thing I do like, Tony, is that they're scoring runs without really the home run ball too. And I think the home run ball is going to come. They've only hit 5 home runs. I mean, that ties them for the league lead with Drake Baldwin and Shea Langoliers, and I think DeLauder has 5. So, to win 5 games without really going deep in a day and age when you score a lot of runs with the home run ball, that's probably a good sign. At least I hope it is.
Yeah. I don't get as caught up as the home run as you do, but it's certainly nice to see these guys stringing together hits. Because if you're not going to hit home runs, that's how you're going to have to score.
Do. Yeah.
You're going to have to string together some hits. So if the rotation flips over to the top again, we get Pivetta, and it starts the third go round in this rotation here. And so through the first rotation. I think we've had a good one and a bad one from Pivetta. We've had, I'd say, two pretty good ones from Michael King. Who went third? Oh, Vasquez been phenomenal.
2 for 2.
You've had two clunkers for Walker in his 2 starts, and then you've had a really bad one and then a really good one for Marquez. And you start thinking about the back end of the rotation. If you just remove the names off of the back of it, right? That's kind of what you're going to get. It's a coin flip a lot of times in the back end of your rotation. You're going to get a good one. You're going to get a bad one. And Walker's had 2 bad ones. I'd say one really bad one semi-bad, but ultimately you like to see, him get one on this next go around for sure.
So what do you got as a game plan against Paul Skenes, Tony? If you're the Padres, and honestly, you've heard about him, you read about him, you've seen him on film, and honestly, we joke about it, but it's been 2.5 years, and now you're finally getting to face this guy. His reputation precedes him a little bit. So what do you do? How do you go about it?
I'm probably in the minority on this, but I watched Paul Skenes, including in that WBC, and for his immensely talented arm and stuff, I think he kind of nibbles a little bit for a guy that has his kind of stuff. And I think he gets himself into trouble when, teams start to wait him out and they run his pitch count up, because I think, he's so good and he's so talented with his stuff. I do think he has the same issues that a lot of pitchers have. They don't want to get hit, even though they have stuff that's out of this world. He tends to kind of lay on the edges. And I think the Padres have the type of offense where they could run that count up a little bit. I think that's the way you get it. You try to, especially early in the season when he's not going to be given the runway to have 100 pitches. He's going to be out before 100. I'm willing to bet you can run his pitch count up, and you may not even get to him in that point. He may give up 1 run, but you get him out of the game early, and you get into that bullpen. I would say that's the game plan.
Scrappy, ever since I got your finger down, now you're not opening your mouth. So,
well, you told me not to talk. So.
I did not.
Yes,
his feelings is hurt.
Oh my goodness, he's all in his feelings.
Yeah. All
right.
In order for that game plan to work, though, Pivetta has to, be as good on the flip side to kind of wait him out, because he's good enough to where you couldn't get him out. You might be able to get him out of there by the 5th, but you also may not have any runs when he comes out of that game at the 5th.
Well, it's going to be fun. I'm excited. I know the Padres and the fans have to be feeling a little better here with a 3-game win streak, and hopefully they can keep it going. Tony, let's talk real quick before you have to go about the game last night. I want to talk about after the game first of all, because of all of the things that I would not have had on my bingo card, one of the things I would not have had was Dan Hurley acting with a class that Gino Ariema, his counterpart, obviously did not. And I think a lot of other coaches could take a page from. This is the ultimate competitor. We know how crazy he is. He's got to win. He's driven. But when he got beat, he recognized it and he admitted it. And he said, you know what? They just are better than we are. And I give all the credit to them. I think people were waiting for him to, have a bunch of excuses. Michigan shot 28 free throws. Dan Hurley said, we fouled too much. And he said, if I had, another game with those 3 referees the rest of my career, I would take it. More coaches should learn from this. You demean yourself and you demean everything about the other team's performance when all you do is complain. Dan Hurley put the spotlight on the team where the spotlight deserved to be, and that was Michigan. And he talked about how great they were. I commend him for that, and I didn't think I'd be commending him at the end of this season.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think for as much as I think sometimes we all get caught up in the antics of different people. Dan Hurley's one of them. I mean, it's not our fault. We didn't just come to that conclusion. He gave us plenty of highlights to kind of get there. But I've always felt like, he comes from the Hurley family. I just find it hard to believe that someone that had a coach's son wouldn't handle it any other way. I know during the regular season he can be a little bit of a Looney Tune, but I fully expected him to act like that. And maybe, he kind of saw where he needed to go after watching his counterpart, Gino, on the other side. But I don't know if he could have said anything different. Michigan was that good. They just were. It was like UConn was doing their best tough guy act. They were making it difficult. And every time they got close, Michigan just kind of, it's like stiff arming your little brother on back out there. Like, and he's swinging while you're stiff arming him. That's how it felt. That's why I said it reminded me of the Aztec game a little bit.
2 for 15, Michigan shoots threes, and it didn't even matter. It just didn't matter. I don't think
that was one of the things Hurley said at the end of the game was that we had to make more shots. And we couldn't.
I mean, Michigan, I don't think made a jump shot the entire first half. They had 22 points in the paint, and they had 11 free throws. So they didn't make a single jump shot, and yet UConn couldn't stay with them. I mean, if Michigan was making the jumpers, they would have won by 25.
The thing that stood out to me very early in the game, one of the guards, they got to the basket really nicely, and I don't know if it was another guard gone. He was a big dude. He was like a forward. He slapped that ball off it was like one of the first plays of the game. He got it at the top of the key, beat him, and it was almost like my man let him go around, and he rose up and slapped it out of bounds. And I just thought to myself, first of all, I haven't seen that done to a UConn player in like the last 3 years, but it looked so easy. It was like, oh, this might be a little bit of me and Chris might be off on this one a little bit.
Well, UConn beat the spread, so we didn't look too bad, Tony. They were able to backdoor and beat the spread. But yeah, Michigan was a worthy champion for sure. They were. We'll see what happens going forward. By
the way, I did listen to the Fab Five the other day when they did the special broadcast.
Yeah.
I did listen to it a little bit, and it was fun to hear those guys kind of banter with one another.
Are they did they enjoy this kind of run, or did they feel like, you know what, we never did all the way?
No, they enjoy it. They were interrupting the broadcast to celebrate dunks every time it happened in that game. So I know they were enjoying themselves.
Well, one last thing that Michigan's victory brought to light for all of us is that it was their first championship since some guy named Steve Fisher carried them in '89. And I've seen a lot of people reminded, around the country, that Steve Fisher ought to be in that damn Hall of Fame. And I know they keep announcing these classes and they keep leaving him out. And, this was another little one where people were like, hey, don't you remember what this guy did? And, for what he did here at San Diego State, he ought to be in there just for that. But
the Fab Five certainly brought that up that night, too. They brought it up like once again, that he should be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Well, hopefully Coach will get there before too long. And hopefully tonight will be the Padres' first trip over the 500 mark.
Scraby, you all right, buddy?
Yeah, I don't know if he's ever going to get out of his feelings.
I was just looking at.
You seem a little bit rattled today.
No, I'm not rattled. I just was looking at Artemis 2 pictures. I feel like they're very fun to look at. The Artemis 2.
We have a show though.
But I'm not a part of it.
Oh my God!
I'm actually not part of it.
Oh my God!
All I wanted to say was that all I wanted to do was make fun of Brian Reynolds for that awful play in left field yesterday.
Dog. I mean, I try not to make fun of outfielders because it's happened to all of us.
You look like a rookie.
You pulled up the Philly film on me, so listen. I get it, but man. He just kind of fell like on his own. Like there was no one there.
I want to stick up for all you outfielders, Tony, because you were one and you know how damn hard it is out there. But is it time for baseball to start ruling some of those plays errors instead of a double? I know he didn't touch the ball, but that's a catchable ball, and it goes as a double. Taking nothing away from Jackson Merrill. He hit it hard, but I do feel for the pitcher who felt like he had an out. And then they don't even call an error on that.
No one the pitcher's got every advantage.
They do. They don't have any advantages.
What are you talking about? The game itself is an advantage for the pitcher. He gets to dictate all the action. He has the ball. We're reacting to what he's doing. I mean, just look at the numbers. It's a 30. You get hits 30% of the time. You're like really good at this sport. They have all of the advantages.
But when you have Brian Reynolds' eyes of, oh crap, this is not going to go well, that's an error to me.
Yeah,
I get it though. I get it.
Well, they don't call it an error, and they never have. So it's probably a little late to change it at this point. Let's put it this way. It's kind of a comical thing when you think about it. If you're a good enough outfielder to get your glove on the ball, they might give you an error. But if you're so bad that you miss it by 10 feet, you're in the clear. They're not going to call anything against you.
That is very true.
And anyway, good win. Nice to be at 500 tonight, Tony. Counting on you to get us over. So,
well, don't count on me because we will not get over if you count on me. Let's get to break. More Gwynn and Chris on the other side.
For the most in-depth Padres conversation.
Everybody pay close attention. We have 7 minutes or so before we throw to the Padre pregame show, and we got a lot to get done, including getting you a starting lineup. Tony is off getting ready for the broadcast with Jesse. Before we give you the lineup, though, just like yesterday, we got a chance for you to win some tickets to the Padres-Mariners game coming up on April 15th. And at that game, you can layer up for cool coastal nights with the Padres puffer vest. I saw Mudcat modeling
he loves that thing.
He loves the puffer vest. It's presented by State Farm, and it's going to be limited to the first 40,000 in attendance on the April 15th game, which is a week from tomorrow. You'll get a couple of tickets to the game, and if you get there early enough, first 40,000, you're going to get the puffer vest as well. This versatile game day piece is one you will wear beyond the ballpark. That's true. A lot of people wear those things. All right, so we got a trivia question just as we did yesterday. First person with the correct answer, 833-288-0973. Call in. Scraby will man the phones, and you'll have a chance to win the tickets. Now, yesterday we asked who the World Series MVP was the last time the Pittsburgh Pirates won the World Series. The answer was Willie Stargell. And the Pirates won before Scraby was born in 1979.
Yep.
Well, let's go to the other side. They started giving out the World Series MVP award in 1955. Johnny Padres was the first ever
Johnny
winner.
Padres?
Yeah, his last name was Padres, believe it or not. And it wasn't spelled quite the same. He was a left-handed pitcher for the Brooklyn Dodgers. But Johnny Padres would eventually go on early in the history of the San Diego Padres. Johnny Padres would be one of their pitching coaches.
That's awesome.
Early on back in the day.
That's awesome.
So he got the first ever MVP in 1955. The first World Series the Pirates won with an MVP awarded was in 1960. It was a famous World Series. Bill Mazeroski hit a walk-off game-winning home run in the 7th game of the World Series, the only time it's ever happened in baseball history. But Bill Mazeroski was not the MVP of that series, believe it or not, despite walking it off in Game 7. Who was the MVP of that World Series when Mazeroski won it for the Pirates in 1960? First person with the correct answer, 833-288-0973. We'll go see Padre baseball next Wednesday. If you're watching the game tonight, here's the lineup that you will see. I like when Scraby gives the lineup. He does it so well.
Oh, thank you. Batting first, or leading off for the San Diego Padres, Ramon Laureano playing left field.
Ramon.
Fernando Tatis Jr. playing right field, batting second. Jackson Merrill batting third, playing center field. Manny Machado cleaning up at third base. Xander Bogaerts, fifth. Shortstop, Gavin Sheets, sixth. First base, Andujar, seventh. DH.
Miguel Andujar.
Yes.
In case you forgot his first
Freddie
name.
Fermin, eighth. Catcher.
Yeah.
And Jacob Cronenworth, second base.
Jacob. Same lineup as last night, except Andujar gets the start instead of Castellanos. By the way, my hat's off to you, Nick. Back-to-back games with key RBI hits for Nick Castellanos. I hope that keeps up. Look, I may say I don't think he's going to do well. It doesn't mean I'm going to root against the guy. I'm not going to root for him to make an out.
That is true.
I'm happy that he's contributing to the Padres' success right now. And each of the last 2 games, we said it earlier with Tony, Padres had 3 run-scoring hits with 2 outs last night. That's a big deal. That's what wins ball games. And it's what won them, I think won them the ball game last night. It was also nice to see somebody else go 1 for 10 with runners in scoring position like the Pirates did. And the only hit the Pirates got with runners in scoring position, O'Hearn got hung up around third base. He stopped, tried to go back to third, and then he saw that the runner behind him, Gonzalez, was coming right up to third base. So O'Hearn couldn't go back. He had to take off for home. Fernando Tatis Jr. got the easiest outfield assist he'll ever get. So, hey, it's nice to see somebody else, struggle with runners in scoring position and not run the bases well. Padres took full advantage in that 5-0 win last night. All right, a couple of quick notes. We talked about the national championship game. What we didn't tell you yet, if you're an Aztec basketball fan, you're going to have a whole new team next year. Magoon Guath has gone into the transfer portal. Miles Heide is going into the transfer portal. Farrell Compton is going into the transfer portal. BJ Davis is likely to be going into the transfer portal. Miles Bird's already told everybody he's going into the transfer portal. The Aztecs basically right now have a 3-man squad.
Did you say Guathman?
Yeah, I said Guath.
Okay.
Of course. He was the first one I said. Right now, Brian Dutcher can't even field a team. He's got Latrell Davis, who was the redshirt from San Jose State. He sat out last season. He's still with the squad. LZ Harrington for now is still an Aztec. That would be actually a nice thing if we can keep him.
That's huge.
And Tay Simmons. But Taj DeGorville is kind of in between. Anyway, hopefully we'll get Ziegler on later this week. But the NIL is striking the Aztecs basketball team and is striking it hard. And I hate that, but this is the world in which we live in. The good news for San Diego State, the more they lose, the more they can go get.
Yep.
And they will, I'm sure, get their share. All right, so that's that news. Baseball, big injury news for Cubs fans. Cade Horton, who almost won the Rookie of the Year last year, will not be winning Sophomore of the Year this year. Horton is out for the season with surgery to repair a UCL ligament in his right elbow. That is a big blow. Horton was 11-4 last year with a great 2.67 ERA for the Cubs. He's gone for the year. There's some other guys going to the injured list. I don't have time to hit them all for you. But our guy Alejandro Kirk is missing 6 weeks, and the Astros will be
broke
without
his thumb.
Yeah, the Astros will be without Hunter Brown for a few weeks, and it just goes on and on. I mean, guys getting hurt every day. It seems like Diamondbacks, Carlos Santana, extended time. He's on the injured list, right? Adductor strain. Almost seems like they keep coming up with new
I believe that's just a fancy way of saying oblique.
Either that or you're just old. He's 39, and when you're 39, stuff hurts. So
I sneezed the other day and I had a right adductor strain.
Start to act up on you a little bit? One other quick note. I thought this was fun. Keep an eye on Kevin Gausman of the Blue Jays tonight. He's pitching against the Dodgers in a World Series rematch. Gausman is trying to become only the 4th pitcher in baseball history to have 3 consecutive starts of 10 or more strikeouts with no walks.
Wow.
He's done it in each of his first 2 starts this year. He's the first pitcher since before 1900 to do that.
Wow.
So good luck to Gausman, because I'm saying good luck because he's pitching against the Dodgers tonight. It'd be nice to get some help.
We got our winner. His name is Joe. Thank you, Joe, for listening. I'm going to pick. I have a 3-hit streak. Chris has a 2-hit streak.
Who are you picking tonight?
I'm going to go with Ryan O'Hearn.
You're taking my guy from last night.
Yeah.
I'm taking Jackson Merrill head-to-head. He's got to beat Paul Skenes.
There you
This
go.
is the night.
I like it.
All right, we'll be back tomorrow after the game. Enjoy, everybody.